Experiencing a failure instantly drains your motivation, your brain fixates on the loss, and getting back to work feels impossible. But P1 years ago in ancient Rome, a specific system was developed to solve exactly this problem. We're going to use it to rebuild your drive right now. By the end of this video, you will have built a personalized Stoic reset protocol. This is a structured tool used to strip the emotional weight from a recent setback, leaving you with a logical framework for what to do next. To build it, you need to grab a piece of paper. Draw 2 lines to divide it into 3 horizontal sections. While you do that, think of one specific recent failure or mistake that you want to overcome. We are taking this abstract philosophy and turning it into a physical document. Moving your thoughts out of your head and onto the page is the first step in shifting from passive frustration to active problem solving. Let's start in the top section of your page. I want you to write down the specific failure you experienced, but there is a strict rule. You must use only objective facts. Strip away all judgment. A typical modern reaction relies on venting and internalizing the loss, weaving a tangled story about what the failure means for your identity. The ancient Stoic method relies on objective representation. That means looking at the event exactly as it is without adding a narrative. If we map this out on a chart, the traditional reaction has an immediate benefit. Venting offers a quick emotional release, but the cost is steep. It prolongs your suffering and ultimately trains you to adopt a victim mentality. The Stoic approach requires initial discipline to hold back those judgments. But the payoff is that it protects your long-term motivation and ensures you recover rapidly. This is not about suppressing your emotions to feel nothing. It is about making sure those feelings do not dictate your next action. Writing "I blew the presentation and I'm a failure" is an emotional entry. It gives you nowhere to go and it is not helpful. Cross that out. Replace it with a Stoic objective. The presentation lasted 10 minutes and the client did not buy. Notice what happens when you remove the internal story. The emotional sting of the failure disappears, and you are left with a simple piece of solvable data. Step 2. Move to the middle section of your paper and draw a vertical line down the center. Label the left column "Up to me" and the right column "Not up to me." We are going to process your objective fact through a concept developed by the Stoic philosopher Epictetus. It's called the dichotomy of control. Look at this diagram. The Roman Stoics realized that nearly all psychological suffering comes from trying to manipulate the outer circle, the things that are not up to us. Peace of mind comes from staying inside the inner circle. Break down the elements of your recent failure and sort them into your 2 columns. On the left, list the things you had direct authority over: your preparation, your tone of voice, the effort you put in. On the right side, list the elements you could not control: the overall state of the economy, the hiring manager's mood, the final outcome of the decision. Now, here is where people make a mistake. They keep looking at both lists. You must take your pen and aggressively cross out the entire right side. Delete it from your focus. The frustration you feel right now is simply wasted energy spent on that right column. The moment you redirect 100% of your focus to the items surviving on the left, your motivation returns. Now that you have isolated the actionable steps, we need to maintain this perspective. Move to the bottom section of your page. We are going to write down 2 brief daily exercises. The first is a morning exercise the Romans called premeditatio meorum, or the premeditation of evils. Write out one single sentence, predicting a likely obstacle you will face tomorrow and detail exactly how you will react. Act calmly to it. You are rehearsing your resilience before the stress even occurs. The second is an evening exercise, a simple philosophical review to run through before you sleep. Write down these 3 specific questions. 1. What did I do wrong today? 2. What did I do right? 3. What task remains undone? Let's look at the framework you just built. You have stripped the emotion from the event, isolated exactly what you can control, and set up a system to keep yourself on track. This morning and evening routine acts as a daily bookend. It creates an emotional firewall, catching minor friction before it snowballs into a major failure. You now hold a completed visible Stoic action plan in your hands, tailored specifically to the exact problem you are facing right now. Look at what you accomplished on this page. An event that was paralyzing and depressing just minutes ago has been successful. Why convert it into a concrete, emotionally neutral to-do list? Keep this piece of paper visible. Pin it near your monitor, place it on your desk, or stick it inside your notebook. Your only remaining directive is to execute the routine. Run through your 3 evening review questions tonight and write your morning preparation sentence tomorrow. Roman Stoics viewed adversity as the essential material required to practice your own competence. To them, the obstacle didn't block the path, it became the path. Use this protocol to turn your setback into your next step forward. Now get to work.